Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 8 of the Masquerade. Again, I'm your host, Podrick, and yeah, I sorry about last week that I didn't have an episode, but I was away, and now I'm back. I had a lovely time last week. It's weird that it's only been a week since I've been at home, really, or since I left. Yeah, it's funny how time goes. So yeah, today, well, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really play many new things or anything on the PC really over the past week because I didn't have my laptop with me. But I had my iPad with me, so I played a fair few apps and I got some new ones. And so I also got a new recording app for my iPad, so I actually tried it out. And so this week I'm going to be reviewing some apps, because most popular apps these days are endless runners. These are actually both endless runners. There is Robot Unicorn Attack 2, which, well, I mean, it's become ridiculously popular. Plus, if you have Facebook, then it's even more so on that. And the Iron Man 3. I don't even know if it's numbered. I think it's just the Iron Man official game, which is also an endless runner. Oh, what an age we live in. Back in my day, the movie tie-in games were absolutely shit. But, at least they weren't derivative, like, endless runners. But that said, I do find them painfully addicting. And that's kind of where their appeal comes from. But yeah, and I'll probably be talking about the iPad. And I'll be introducing you to my new best friend down here, who you, if you follow me on Twitter, have already seen. But that's beside the point. I will be introducing you later on. And finally, like always, I will have a shout out. So, let's get started, and I hope you enjoy. Robot Unicorn Attack is an Adult Swim game. And it started, I don't even know how long ago at this stage. And it was basically just so random because you are a robot unicorn and you're just running along constantly, picking up fairies and charging into stars. And it used to demoralize you at the start of every run. It's like, you will fail and all this stuff. And one of the most important points about it that everyone remembers is the song, which was Always by Erasure. And it just got into your head, and it's just like, everything was so weird and kind of random, but then this song just absolutely made it. And ever since then, it just became so popular. And then there's Robot Unicorn Attack Evolution for Facebook. And that was one where you evolve into different creatures, not only a unicorn. And now they have Robot Unicorn Attack 2, which, to be honest, is more the same. I mean, there's no evolution in it, but the graphics are way nicer, and there's upgrades in it, and you collect tiers, unicorn tiers, and all this. I mean, it's kind of random, and you have to jump and dash into things, and later on you can fly. I mean, it's all one, like every endless runner game. It's simple, but the faster it gets, then it takes some practice to actually get good at, and to start getting decent scores and level up and all that kind of stuff.
Well, right away that it looks so much nicer. I mean, it's still cartoony, but for any endless runner, really is really nice looking. And you jump right in and you can pick your boosts that you have to pay for each time. I never really use boosts because saving up the money for upgrades is way more important. And then you jump right into the game. I mean, if you've played Robot Unicorn Attack before, then a lot of this is going to be kind of generic. That, you're just jumping along, grabbing fairies. And, then in a minute, the stars will come in. So, in terms of between this game and the old games, it plays pretty much exactly the same. Later on, there will be giants and wings, but for the most part, there's not a whole big difference. I mean, it looks better, and there are upgrades and things, but I suppose a lot of this, a lot of the changes don't necessarily come from the gameplay itself, and there's still dolphins jumping along the bottom when you reach a certain score, and then more things happen in the background when you reach other score milestones. I mean, it's hard to say anything new about this game. Well, one thing actually is that this one has a lot more layers. So like you can see kind of like bits of ground above me, and there's also more land below me. So if I jump down here, then I'll reach a different level. And obviously I died then. because there's a bit of slowdown when you're recording on this. But there's actually a few different layers that you can go into. So if you don't want to stay on this track, then all you have to do is just jump down and you will end up lower, like this. Just kind of regain myself. There we go. And now I'm on lower track. But the thing is, now this is the lowest because you can see the clouds below me, so if I hit those then I die. And just on the flip side of that, if you keep on going up, then you will actually reach a different layer again, so the levels change quite a bit. Oops. Also, I mean, aside from the level changing depending on what layer you're on, the whole layout changes every day. So everything looks the same, like the background is the same, the music is the same, but it like has a slightly different name, and well, like, yeah, basically the layout changes every day because it's very more community driven. So like there are community goals to reach, and there's like a big huge battle between light and dark, so everyone's kind of on the level playing ground, so to speak, because you know, everyone has the same track to play with every day. Like, so you could play through this whole thing and learn off everything and just be really good at this one track by the end of the day, and then the next day it'll all completely change, so you have to learn off a whole different pattern, which is a really cool way of doing it. I mean, I don't know if there's kind of preset ones or if it is just all just randomly generated at the start. I honestly have no idea. This is the customize screen. As you can see, there are many different options. You can change how your robot unicorn itself looks. There's a kind of basic one, and then you can buy all these other ones afterwards. But obviously these are the most expensive upgrades, but they're pretty cool. Then there are your tails, and each one does something different as well, sorry. Like the Iron Pegasus makes you run at a moderate pace. Robot Unicorn Mark II is a leisurely pace, and then there's quick pace as well. And then there's your tail, which gives you different amounts of jumps. Oh wait, no, sorry, this isn't your tail, this is your oh yeah, it's your tail and your mane, it's just all your hair. And yeah, it gives you different amounts of jumps in the air. So like, after a while, once you start flying, then jumps don't even matter, but before then they're very useful. Obviously you need to jump. And then there's your wings. You can have no wings at all, but usually they're kind of recommended to have, because they let you fly when you reach top speed, and it just depends on how fast you fly. Then there's your horn, which decides how you charge, like you can, or dash, like you can dash quickly, or you can dash for a long time, or you can just do a normal standard dash. And finally there is your stream, which is kind of like light coming from behind you, like you can kind of see the light changing around him, and that decides how quickly you accelerate. They're all your upgrades. And then there's also music, which you can buy, but this is actually, whereas the upgrades, the customizations you can just use with in-game tiers, which is the currency, or else you can spend real money on buying actual songs to play in-game, including the song from the original one, Always, by Erasure. And so there's a few different songs you can buy. That's how they made it free, that they have to include in-app purchases somewhere. Which is fair, really, because you don't exactly have to buy anything. I know it's one of these situations where if you want to just buy all the tiers and have the fully upgraded Robot Unicorn right from the start, then obviously you can, but that kind of takes away most of the purpose of the game, really. It's just kind of grinding and playing along with it, really. And there's the Ice World. I don't know what this is, because I'm only rank 13, and you unlock it at rank 15, or if you have 24,969 tiers to spend, then you can also get it there. But I actually have no idea what this is. I mean, I'm assuming it's just a different background kind of a thing, and then instead of being the kind of pinkish, weird, dreamy, cloudy place, then it's going to be all icy and crystally. That's my guess. But until I reach rank 15, then I'm going to have no idea. So there's a little bit of a surprise for you, because I don't know what this is. So if you want to find out, then you could just Google it, but where's the fun in that? So, I mean, in that case, play it for yourself. That's all I can say.
I will be posting a link to that game to the App Store page in the description, like always. I mean, at this stage, I don't even need to say it, but I will anyway. So yeah, that'll be down below, so you can click on it, and if you have iTunes, it'll just redirect you to that. If you want to try it out, it's free, so I mean, there's no reason not to. Also, I mean, let me know in the comments how you think that iPad footage came out. I know the frame rate was a little bit kind of slower and a bit jumpy, but I mean, that's like any recording software. Like, it's the same on the PC when you're using Fraps or whatever. But yeah, no, I mean, if it was how it turned out, please let me know. I mean, I can see myself, obviously, but I'm always trying to get feedback from people, and you know, it hasn't really happened a whole lot. I mean, I got some comments, but you know, come on, I'm asking for your opinions, and I know I'm not getting many views and stuff, but it's not that hard to leave me a comment, please. No, I'm not going to start begging. It's just for the sake of it, you know. Yeah, sure, you know me, always saying stuff. And app number 2 is Iron Man, the official game. Although when I say official game, I don't know if there's actually going to be a game on the console too. There probably will be. But, you know, this one is actually a Marvel game. But it's not licensed. I mean, like, it doesn't have the same voice actors or any of the same music, I don't think. But it is still a pretty cool game for fans of Iron Man. Like, it has loads of different generations of suits. There's different versions and everything. So, I mean, there's a lot of kind of really cool things, and it's so detailed, so you can definitely tell that they put a lot of work into it. But I must say, of all the kind of endless runnery games like that, this one is probably one of my favorites. I mean, you know, it's kind of the same like everything else: dodge things, pick up coins. But you know, every different game always kind of adds their own little twist to it. Like Robot Unicorn Attack is a freaking robot unicorn, and this one, you're Iron Man, you know, and it has kind of a story in it, and you know, there's this better. I don't just think it's better than other ones. It's more challenging as well. Like, it's not a case of you start off easy and it gets harder. This one actually has tough moments from the very start. I mean, just take a look at this and you can see for yourself what I'm talking about.
Here is Iron Man. This is one of the suits you can get. And as you can see, the graphics on it are pretty good. I mean, you know, there's all the really fancy shininess on, you know, everything, on like all the surfaces, and I don't know if you can zoom in more. Yeah, it's all like detailed and stuff. It's pretty cool. And this is just one of the suits you can get. Like, go into next, and you can kind of have a certain amount kind of lined up at a time. So you've got the Mark 3 and the Mark 5, and then you can build another one using experience. But there is a huge variety of, well, pretty much all the suits. I haven't seen Iron Man 3 yet, but apparently there is a lot more of them in it. So there's probably a lot of them like that in this. And you upgrade these, like you have to unlock the previous suit to actually get it. But then how it works is that like you have to spend a certain amount of experience, or else you can unlock it with ISO 8, which is like the premium currency in this one. And then Stark credits, I think, are just a basic currency that you can kind of earn easily. But yeah, as you can see, there's loads of different models of the Iron Man suit, and they all have like different stats, and they have like different power levels and everything, and you can upgrade them yourself. Or else you can unlock them all for 15,000 if you're willing to spend the real life money to take all the challenge out of the game, which sadly some people do. It gives you missions, and for completing missions you unlock, well, you don't actually unlock anything for completing missions, you just get rewards like ISO 8 and credits mainly. Including, then there are these special ones that actually give you ISO 8, and they're kind of essentially boss battles, like Ezekiel Stain, and he says all of this stuff, and so then basically you have to fly 15,000 meters, and when you do, you have to battle him, and you'll see how battling works in a minute. The graphics in-game are also very nice. I mean, you can think that you know, maybe they're not that great, but I mean, realistically, they are, especially with the frame rate. So you can either tap the screen and just shoot single shots out of your hand, or else if you hold down the screen, you fire lasers. Whoa! And then you also actually have to fly left and right to dodge things, like billboards and blimps. And crazy jets that for some reason are flying really, really low and just spiraling at you. And there's a magnet, which draws coins to you, like in pretty much every single Endless Runner ever made. I mean, I suppose too, all this kind of just flying along streets and dodging trucks and stuff is all, you know, representative of Tony Stark's reckless lifestyle and blah blah blah. So I suppose it all works. You know, as opposed to some games that everything you're doing makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Oh, I just got hit there. Oh no, I'm gonna get hit again. Ah, another guy. I mean, it gets fairly hectic, like it is actually one of the tougher of the Endless Runners, which is one thing I quite like about it. Especially when you're recording and the frame rate just drops like a motherfucker. And also, up in the top left corner, up around here, whoa, you can actually see, that's my health. And the one on the top right then, I don't entirely know what it means. I think it's just my charge meter that lets me do my special attack, which I'll show you when I come to the boss, if I can actually make it that far. I think the tunnels are kind of transition-y places then, because like because they kind of like draw the line between going to one area and going to the next. So, wait, I thought I had to reach 15,000. Oh yeah, sorry, I was looking at my score, not my distance. 10,000 meters, yeah. So I suppose I'm going to have to fight the boss soon enough. Oh, and there's new types of enemies as well that always come along the further you get. Like that was a new type of enemy, which is why his name popped up on the screen. Oh, whoa, how am I supposed to do this? Oh, dodging, dodging, dodging. And yeah, this is worth mentioning that it's actually the official app. Oh. And so, I mean, even though it doesn't have any of the voices or the music or anything, it's still kind of the fully official fully official licensed one or whatever. Come on, I have to. I dodged it. Okay, I'm gonna revive for this one using ISO 8. Usually I wouldn't, but I want to show off the boss because I just reached 15,000. And now, here is this guy, Ezekiel or whatever his name is.
Another punk with knockoff art. Doesn't anyone have original art? I'm no knockoff. I'm the next generation, and I'm gonna make you obsolete. Wait, that's not armor. It's a part of your body. What did you do to yourself? I took the next step forward. The perfect marriage of biology and tech. You wear a weapon. I am a weapon.
And yeah, that's the one thing, it's fully voiced and everything. Whoa, he's shooting electric at me. Go, missile thingy. And yeah, this is my special attack for this suit. It may look like it's not doing very much, and it kind of hasn't. So now I just had to keep on tapping away at him and stuff. And then eventually he'll kind of become exposed and I can just do a big load of damage at him. I don't know what the hell this thing does. He's shooting stuff at me. Yeah, like you can actually change between gyroscopic controls that you don't actually have to touch the screen, or you can go into controls that you just have to slide to touch, which make it probably easier. Well, no, it's harder. Sorry, I'm getting all mixed up now because I'm trying to focus on this. Oh, there we go, I blasted him. Oh, I keep on hitting him, yeah, and you can just blast with him to get extra points.
Something really bad.
I'm analyzing the power readings. They're immense. What do you have to do to a human body to turn it into that?
Nothing good. But he didn't strike me as a zealot. That fight felt personal.
Maybe you ignored his friend request? It doesn't matter now. There's more where he came from.
Sorry. So yeah, you can choose between either moving your finger along to move, or else you can tilt the iPad, which when you're battling things would probably become a lot easier to tilt. But yeah, otherwise I'm kind of happy with moving with my finger. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to show you of this for now, because I don't know how much further I'm going to go on for. Whoa! But yeah, and so that guy's saying, "I'll see you soon, Iron Man," in typical kind of crazed supervillain style. So yeah, that's gonna happen eventually, and so I'll probably fight the same bosses a few times, because that's how pretty much all of these things work in every superhero thing ever.
And that game is also free. So again, I'll leave a link and you can check it out if you want. The only thing of both of these as well, and excuse me, like is with pretty much every other free app on the App Store at all anymore, is that it has in-app purchases. So the thing is, really, no one is giving anything away for free anymore. That they'll give it to you for free, but you have to pay, for other stuff, which is kind of a sad state of affairs, really. And even what's worse is the paid games that have in-app purchases. They're so much worse. Sigh. But I digress. And you should still check it out. Because, you don't need in-app purchases. You can just grind away at it yourself and it's just as good. So it's one of these games that doesn't rely completely on them. So they're both definitely worth checking out. I reckon. This week I don't really have any new gaming news. I know that Call of Duty Ghosts was just announced, but all it's been released so far is a teaser trailer, and I doubt I'm going to buy it. I'm happy with Black Ops 2. So, but it's news, yeah, but there's not a whole lot I can say about it. It's just pure speculation. But this is stuff about the Masquerade. I have to stop scratching. I'm going to try and start working on an intro, like I used to have for the old Mask Guy videos, only hopefully better. And because I'm going to try and get C4D again, because that's what I used to make the last one. It's like 3D imaging software, and I know how to use it, so that's obviously a good qualification. And so I'm going to try and make myself an intro. It's not going to be anything too fancy, but maybe, or at least it's kind of like a background image, because my Masquerade YouTube channel is still very bare, because I'm using a new layout, and you can have that kind of cover photo, and mine is still blank. I don't even have a profile picture yet, so I really have to start working on a lot of that stuff. And I know I'm 7 episodes in, and it's actually 8 episodes, sorry, and technically 9 if you think about it. So I'm 9 weeks into it, which is a lot. It's like a fifth of a year. And so yeah, I really think I should kind of start getting work on this stuff. Also, I am working on getting some new video editing software. So hopefully there will be a lot more post-production going into these videos. Because I needed to get video editing software, because that footage on the iPad was actually upside down when I put it on the computer for some reason. So I need to get some new software to flip it around. And now I'm working on getting the full version of that as well. So actually, by the time this video goes up, I will probably have got the full version. It's just more of a case of downloading it, really. But so hopefully now there'll be some more post-production. Maybe I'll have transitions or things coming up on the screen. I don't know, we'll see how this video turns out in the end, and I'll work with that. But yeah, hopefully the production quality of these episodes will go up again. And I'll also be getting, temporary, it all depends, about upload speeds, because my internet here is shit. My brother just moved out, and in his place he's got much better internet. So he was saying if I'm going to his place, I can bring my laptop and just upload there, and it should upload a hell of a lot faster. So I might be having kind of Friday night or Saturday uploads. It depends, or not even Friday night, but Friday or Saturday uploads anyway. Yeah, no, that's just some new news about it. Oh, also I'm going to be trying to work on a theme song, because, you'll find out right now what I'm thinking. I would like to introduce you all, let's look at my fancy case, to this probably suspense is all gone. Buttercup. Buttercup is my new ukulele. I bought her a few days ago. Oh, that's probably a week ago. There we go. Nicely in tune. I can't really play it as much yet. I mean, I have a book that teaches you how to play, and I was kind of looking around online at things. But, you know, I can kind of... I need to stop biting my nails as well, so I can actually strum with my fingernails, because you're not supposed to use plectrum on a ukulele. But I know some chords. I know C. I don't know how clearly this is coming out on the microphone. And I know the F chord. Wait a second. It's kind of a tougher. I still have to toughen up my fingers as well, so I can actually play the strings without them being really sore. Yeah, I can't play it properly without the nails. And I know the G chord. And the D chord, which is stupidly hard to play. And that's all I can play in the ukulele so far, really. I kind of have no Three Little Birds and the Adventure Time theme song. That's about it. But yeah, no, so hopefully Buttercup is going to be a big addition to the Masquerade in the future. Because, I don't know yet, but I'm half thinking of working on a theme song, writing it myself, because I'm musical, singing it, and strumming along on the ukulele. It'll go nicely with my intro, hopefully, so that'll be something for the future. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I got any other fun things over the past week. Not a whole lot. I bought a magic bean, which is basically, it's a bean in a can. It's like a jar of dirt. I have a jar of dirt, basically, that I spent €2 on. And you plant it, you water it every 3 days, and apparently after a week it'll grow into who knows what. It doesn't tell you, and if it does, it's in Swedish. So I should have hopefully some sort of a plant by the end of the week. I don't really have any exciting news. I mean, I went to a fun ball last Thursday in fact, so it was a week ago, and yeah, that was fun. You know, had yummy food, danced. My hat got stolen. Oh yeah, the masked guy hat is gone. The famous masked guy hat that I wore all the time as a masked guy has now moved on to bigger and better things. It was robbed by someone. I don't know her name, but it was all just lost in transit on the dance floor last Thursday. Although my brother did give me his old pinstripe fedora, so there may be a new masked guy hat. And yeah, I mean, we went for yummy dinners and we went for a really nice walk. When I say we, I mean me and Tracy, me and Tea Time Cat. We went for a lovely walk, and we went to the city and, you know, bought a ukulele and all this other fun stuff like that. You know, it's all good. So basically I had a very nice past week. And yeah. Sorry if this is a boring break. This is just my little section. I should also stop strumming Buttercup now because I'm just getting distracted. You can go there. But yeah, no, so big and great improvements happening for the Masquerade, hopefully. I don't really have anything to drink this week, because I don't know if you realize, but this is kind of the break section. I mean, I have yummy chocolate, and I have a packet of yummy, chewy, fruity sweets. And I have some more of this generic, crappy caffeine drink. But yeah, I'm not actually drinking any of it right now because I'm kind of waiting to have dinner because I'm starving. So, you know what, screw it. I'll have some now. Just to be in the spirit of things. Also, I'm sorry if I'm a bit lackadaisical, for lack of a better word, today. You know, it's really sunny and it's nice now. It's actually summer. It's like May the 2nd, so it's like the second day of summer. And yeah, no, it's just good. And I know I'm a bit distracted and kind of harebrained, but... Oh, sorry. I'm having a great time. I'm really enjoying learning the ukulele, and I'm loving being back to recording again. And I hope you enjoy watching it. I know I haven't really been kind of marketing or advertising my videos as much lately, so the views have dropped quite a bit again. But I mean, I'd like to think that, you know, the people who watch my videos are enjoying it. That's all I can say. And well, at least I'm enjoying recording it. Now then, I think it's time to get back to business. This break is gone. The last order of business today is, as usual, the weekly shout out. And this time it is for fundthisgame.com, which is a website run by someone I actually know in real life named Benji. And it's basically all about crowdfunding, hence the name Fund This Game. And crowdfunding is basically websites like Kickstarter and Indiegogo, where, you know, developers set a certain goal of money, like let's say $1,000, and then, you know, people donate and they get different things for different markers. Like if you donate a tenner, then you'll get the game. If you donate 50, you'll get the game plus, like, you know, a special mention in the credits, and so on to the higher values. And that's how crowdfunding essentially works. But this website is a review for crowdfunding games or developers who want to get their game out there and they wanted to get coverage. And so basically, you know, he reviews these games that he thinks are really good and that deserve the funding. And it is a really good way of helping developers. I mean, obviously everyone wants their games to be reviewed, but, you know, there's only the ones that really deserve to be reviewed. So he's not just going to be like, don't buy this game, this is crap. You know, it's only the really good ones that actually deserve the attention. And yeah, so like he gives links or whatever, and he actually interviews the developers too. So it's not just a case of, you know, talking about the game from a perspective of just having played it. I mean, he interviews people who are in charge of the game and stuff too. And so it's very kind of in-depth. And it's a very new site, so I don't even know how much traffic he's getting yet. And I don't even know how much traffic this video is going to generate. But it's a really good idea. And even if you just want to, not even helping him, but if you just want to find out about these new games that are coming out or potentially coming out if they reach the funding, then it is really good. And, you know, if you have some money to spare, then you could even help the games along, or help even just one that you think looks really good, because I have seen some games that look absolutely amazing and that I will probably help out myself because I actually have some money at the moment, so I can, and I think it's a good cause. So yeah, I mean, I'll leave a link to the website. There's also a Twitter and a Facebook. I'll leave links to all of those in the description, and I recommend you check them out. And even he himself is a really decent guy. He's a gamer. He actually has his own YouTube channel as well. And so, you know, I mean, like, you know, you should just help him out. And by extension, help out other indie game developers. And that is actually all the time we have for today. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. As usual, please like, comment, subscribe it if you want to. I mean, it's all up to you. Just as long as you enjoy the video, I think is really the most important thing. And I will see all you guys next time. Bye for now. There we go. When it works out, it'll be awesome. What the hell is E? I don't know what the E chord is. Damn it. Welcome to the Masquerade. Come to the Masquerade. Welcome to the Masquerade.